I know my videos usually are light-hearted and all that blah blah blah, but this one's actually going to be quite serious. I know. So let's talk politics. So we're going to get a general election. That means people have to vote. But is it worth voting? Of course it's worth voting. Your vote counts. So if you're allowed to vote, you're eligible to vote, you're at the age to vote, then vote. But who do you vote for? Well, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. The only thing I'm going to tell you is, at the moment, the country is in a bit of turmoil. We've all voted for Brexit, and we need a strong leadership to take us through that. We need a party or people who are going to be able to give us the best deal in Europe and not squabble amongst themselves. So just because you're in an area that's always voted one way or the other doesn't mean that you should follow like sheep. Following like sheep is a silly thing to do. You've got to make your own opinion up. Doesn't matter what your mum and dad voted for, what your granddad votes for. Doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is what you want to vote for. So if you're going to vote, vote for a strong country. Vote for a strong government. Vote for people who are going to do the best for the country. Long term, this is important. This is the most important general election we've ever had. Certainly in my lifetime, and my lifetime has been relatively long. Get your vote done. Vote sensibly. Do not follow like sheep. Remember, this is for the country. In the olden days, people voted for Labour or Conservatives, and that was it. We're in modern ages now, and we can vote for other people. Problem is, not everyone does. So who have we got to vote for? Well, so you've got Labour. Now, Labour is currently run by Jeremy Corbyn, and Jeremy Corbyn is having issues, shall we say, controlling his party, a lot of infighting. Not really what you'd want to be the leader of our country when we're going through Brexit negotiations. You need someone strong, someone decisive, someone who's prepared to defend our rights as well as get a good deal. Then you got the Lib Dems, who's their current leader, whose name I completely forget. Local guy in the northwest. They did badly after the last election in 2015. They seem to be on a bit of a rise again now. I think this is more due to the fact that UKIP is a non-party. But again, have they got enough to manage us exiting Europe? And then of course you got the Conservatives. They've won the last 2 elections. This is the 3rd one they're going in for, trying to get the triple. Only 2 years into this government, and they've decided that they need to have a general election due to the fact that the country is leaving Europe with Brexit. And because of that, the 3 years that we've got left of this government would be tying in with the end of the negotiations with Europe about leaving, and therefore it could be different people taking over and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense that they want an election. But again, although they've done a lot for us leaving Europe, have they done a lot for the country in the meantime? Theresa May claims that she's, for everyone, not just for the rich. Yet it's the poor people who seem to be suffering at the moment with this government. Tim Farron, he's the leader of the Liberal Democrats. Tim Farron, who's leader of the Liberal Democrats. I do apologise for being a bit thick before. So, rock and a hard place. Who do you vote for? Well, it is entirely up to you. Do we vote for the Conservatives, who are going to give us a steady through this Brexit, and then maybe look at voting someone else in after this? Or do we take a gamble and vote for Labour, who can't seem to organise a party in a brewery at the moment? Lib Dems, very unlikely they could do anything. They might become the opposition if Labour do particularly badly. And UKIP spent force. UKIP wasted votes as far as I'm concerned, but again, it's up to you. Of course, then there's the people in Scotland as well. What are the Scottish people going to do? I mean, they've been voting for the SNP at the last election. Nicola Sturgeon becoming the leader of the Scottish Parliament, and now demanding a vote for independence from the UK because they want to be independent so they can join Europe, which is not independent. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but are the Scottish people ready for another election? If Nicola Sturgeon wins SNP in Scotland, even more seats, not that she can, I think she's got 53 out of 56 already, then she's going to be power mad, and I imagine there will be another vote on leaving the United Kingdom and becoming an independent country, and then joining Europe and becoming part of Europe. I don't quite know how they're going to finance that, but anyway, let's go with it. So, people of Scotland, what do you want to do? Do you want to vote for SNP and go through all that? Or do you want to vote for someone else and just go with the flow for now while we're doing this Brexit, and then maybe talk about getting SNP back in again once things have settled down? I don't know Nicola Sturgeon, but I personally think she's a little bit of a loose cannon at the moment in the world of politics. It's once in a generation vote to become independent from Scotland, then all of a sudden, we're having another vote because we didn't like the result of the last one. Here's a question, Nicola. If the country voted to leave in the referendum, would you be offering them another vote to join again so they could leave Europe? You can't just pick and choose the results that you like and you don't like. So yeah, I'm a bit confused by that. Then again, I'm easily confused, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
It's about Britain though. You've also got Donald Trump, you've got Korea, you've got China, you've got Russia,
We need someone who's going to keep control of all that. A lot of people say politics is boring, it's for middle classes, things like that. It's not, it's quite important. At the end of the day, the people you vote for are the people who run the country, who make the laws, who decide where the money goes that people pay on the taxes, how much people pay for taxes. So no matter how you look at it, it is important. So the fact that you've got the chance to vote in a general election in 2017 means you should vote. So get your bums off your chair, put your phone down, and go do some voting. So then, yep, that's how it goes. It's up to you whether you vote or not, but I do suggest you do vote, because at the end of the day your vote does count. Anyone who doesn't vote can't really moan about the outcome. That's what it's there for. Vote who you want to vote for. It's a democracy, that's how democracies work. So on June the 8th, go to the polling stations, put your vote in, make a difference. Remember, it's not about what's happened before, it's what's about to happen in the future, and this is important. You will not be able to moan about it in years to come if you didn't vote at this election when you've got a chance to do so. So, enough of the seriousness, let's go back to stupid videos, and thanks for watching. You've got the power! Vote! Okay, now I'm doubting myself. Is it Tim Fallon or is it Tim Farron? The unforgettable leader of the Lib Dems. Hey ho.